Do you love to eat bread, noodles, cakes, and cookies, but sometimes get health issues like headaches, stomach pain, and eczema in your life?
Well, if you do, you may be allergic to gluten, a type of protein commonly found in these foods.
Yes. And today, we will explore the gene that is responsible for this food sensitivity and what you can do to get back your well-being.
Welcome to our show. In this Gene Spotlight show, we strive to bring you regular insights on DNA that you never knew you had in a fun and entertaining way.
Yep. So subscribe to our growing channel and do get updated on our new episodes weekly. So hit that big red button below now.
So Josh, today we are talking about gluten. But what is gluten exactly?
I am glad you asked. Gluten is actually a family of proteins found in grains, including wheat, rye, spelt, and barley. Out of all the gluten-containing grains, wheat is by far the most common. The two main proteins in gluten are glutenin and gliadin. And gliadin is responsible for most of the adverse health effects of gluten.
Wow, so why is gluten used in most of the foods we have these days?
Truth be told, gluten is commonly used in food because of its chemical properties when the grains are processed into flour. When flour mixes with water, gluten protein found within the flour form a sticky network that has a glue-like consistency. This glue-like property makes the dough elastic and gives bread and other confectionaries the ability to rise during the baking process. This also creates a chewy, satisfying texture that is found in noodles and pasta. Interestingly enough, the name gluten is actually derived from this glue-like texture of wet dough.
Amazing. So how many of you guys know that the food you may be consuming daily have gluten in them?
Yes, and moreover, gluten these days have been linked to many health problems, which includes digestive discomfort, headaches, fatigue, skin rashes, depression, unexplained weight loss, and even foul-smelling feces. In actual fact, according to an American health survey in 2013, more than 30% of Americans actively try to avoid eating gluten.
I see. Gluten is so abundant in our modern diet. I guess the only gluten-free diet is just eating egg. Haha. In any case, I bet some of you guys are wondering if gluten is so bad, why have some people been consuming food containing gluten for so many years and have no ill effects?
Well folks, it all depends on our genes. Most people can tolerate gluten with no adverse effects. However, it can cause problems for people with specific genetic makeup. And one of the genes responsible for gluten sensitivity is the HLA-DQ2 gene.
That's right. The HLA-DQ2 gene stands for the Human Leukocyte Antigen Complex DQ class II, and it is a part of the family of HLA-DQ genes that enable our immune system to distinguish our body's own proteins from the proteins made by foreign invaders, such as viruses and bacteria. So it is actually from a family of good protection genes.
Yes, and in case you are wondering why a good protection gene causes us to react adversely to gluten, the problem lies not with the variant of the HLA-DQ2 gene, but with modern gluten itself. Doctors and scientists believe there's been an increase in gluten sensitivity due to environmental and food changes. New wheat varieties these days have higher gluten content compared to the past, and these new versions of gluten are considered foreign substances by our body. And when ingested as food, the HLA-DQ2 variant of the gene causes the body to react to it and creates inflammation.
Yup, and it is the inflammation that is causing all our health problems. And what is worse is that sometimes gluten sensitivity happens when we least expected it.
That's funny, Kevin.
Thanks, Josh. I'm glad you have gotten my joke. Haha. In any case, where is the HLA-DQ2 gene found in our body?
Well, the HLA-DQ2 gene is located on class 6 of our chromosomes and is responsible for the coding of our autoimmune cells. People with an expressive HLA-DQ2 gene suffer from a condition called the celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disorder in which the body attacks the gluten, as well as the lining of the gut, causing tissue damage. Thankfully, only about 1% of the population has the HLA-DQ2 gene, but because most people do not know about this, so up to 80% of people with celiac disease won't even know they have it.
Wow, so watch out guys. You may have an expressive HLA-DQ2 gene and is sensitive to gluten. If you have experienced some of the symptoms we have shared here, do play it safe and take a DNA test to find out. In the meantime, do check out the following tips if you suspect you have gluten sensitivity.
Yes, if you suspect that you have gluten sensitivity, do reduce or eliminate gluten from your diet for about a month to see how your body responds. You may notice that you feel less tired or that you experience fewer stomach issues. However, if you do have gluten sensitivity, there are food alternatives that you can switch to. Number 1. Take grains other than wheat. Healthy and gluten-free options include brown rice, quinoa, oats, and millet. Number 2. Consume sourdough bread rather than the regular bread. During the fermentation process, some of the gluten protein in sourdough is broken down. Depending on your level of gluten sensitivity, you may be able to enjoy sourdough bread. Number 3. Use sprouted flour. Sprouted wheat digests as a vegetable rather than a protein, which is why some gluten-sensitive people can eat it without issues. Lastly, if you have celiac disease or are very gluten sensitive, always check food labels to make sure gluten hasn't been added. Also, don't reach out for those gluten-free cookies, crackers, and pasta just yet. Many gluten-free products are higher in sugar, fat, sodium, and calories to compensate the flavor and texture due to the absence of gluten.
Those are great tips, guys. If you are sensitive to gluten, get some great rest.
Yes, and with that, we have come to the end of our show today, guys. If you know anyone who often has digestive problems, headaches, and skin issues that even doctors cannot solve, they may be sensitive to gluten, which in this case, do share this video with them.
Yup, we hope you like our episode today, and remember, we release a new episode every week, and with new DNA, health, wellness, and fitness promotions every month. So please consider to subscribe to our channel and get updated on new content and new promotions regularly that may change your life.
Till next time, people, have an awesome week ahead. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.